This is Water Elemental.
And this is Axis, and we are here today to talk about the League of Legends. This is an ongoing show. We talk a little bit about everyone's favorite MOBA-style battle game. Got some interesting news this week. A new champion was revealed. Shin.
Shin.
That's close. I should put that on the board here. So we got that guy coming out. We've got all the Summer Splash skins are coming out, so you can finally pick those guys up. Got a bunch of stuff on the PBE, some new ward skins particularly, balance changes, and a new UI update, which a lot of people are excited about, as well as some stuff about the Garen update. But first things first,
Shin, or I don't know. It all depends on how they're going to say it.
Shin.
We didn't get an official announcement. We got a red post sneak peek with a lot of concept art. And some of you might recognize him from the end of the comic with Spirit Guard Udyr, with that weird spirit, like, we thought it was a demon, but it's a dragon of some sort, which is weird.
It bears a strange resemblance to something we've seen.
The man who broke a dragon's heart.
Oh, that is true. Gosh darn references. Doing it again.
Oh, Simpsons.
No, it's, I don't know, it looks interesting, and I believe it'll offer a new concept. I mean, looking at just some of the concept art and perhaps what might be integrated into some of his abilities with, like, lightning and weather effects.
Lightning God?
It's possible.
But I'm kind of curious to see what's going on here, because is this going to be his only form? And if so, he looks like he's going to be bigger than Cho'Gath from what the comparison sizes are, because large Cho'Gath is probably the same aspect ratio as Spirit Guard Udyr, like when he's at full stacks. So is he going to be growing over time, or is he going to start at a very large pace? If so, that will put him at a huge disadvantage with skill shots.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to note. They are talking specifically in the Red Post about how it was a challenge to get him to move around appropriately considering his size. But they're really excited to reveal it to us, and I hope it's pretty cool.
And make sure to check out after the updates, because most likely his skills will be announced.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. We have a fire champion, we have water, ice, grass.
Yeah.
He looks like he's going to be lightning. So.
Yeah, Volibear was a lightning-heavy champion, but he hasn't been a full lightning aspect.
The only thing he really got was, like, lightning claws.
Yeah. So he's going to be a pure aspect, because we have Nami as the water, Lysandra as the ice, Brand and Annie both as fire, Wind is Janna, Earth is Malphite, Tree is Maokai. So
yeah, and or Zyra.
Or Zyra. Both of them work, but I feel since Maokai is the
leaf
growth, he's an elemental, so I feel he's better out of it.
All we need now is a
Heart.
All we need now is a dark and a dragon type.
Nocturne. Savannah.
All we need now is a steel type.
Xerith.
There's more magic.
Yeah.
Steel, I guess, would be Robot Man.
Blitzcrank.
Yeah. I should know Blitzcrank.
Robot Man.
Robot Man.
Going off the top of our head hurts. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about it. There's going to be more news leaking out. We don't even know if this is going to be the next champion on the list, or if this is going to be kind of how Wukong was, where they threw him out way in advance to see kind of the reaction to him, and then they're going to release several more champions, and then he'll come out.
They're usually kind of cautious about these themed champions, but with their growing popularity in the East, I believe this is a safe bet for them.
Yeah, which is weird. They never really did anything like Wukong again, where they had that...
Well, they started with Xin Yao.
Yeah.
And Wukong was next generation. I assume this is the third.
Yeah, it's true, but it was just weird. Sometimes they do small hints, like Kog'Maw in the background of Malzahar's thing, and like a few others, but it's not like very themed one where they get their own video and stuff. But we'll see.
Here's hoping. Yeah. Next, we have some updates on the PBE. Xerith and Olaf got some new splash art. There's a couple of new ward skins out and about. We've got Well, the base wards have been updated, and we also have a Luminosity ward for Lux, Ward of Draven for Draven, and a Starcall ward for Soraka. These are very interesting and permanent.
Permanent for 640. You get these skins, no timed, non 1 year maximum. Once they're in. And honestly, the animations on them are pretty good. I think most people will be favoring the Ward of Draven because of its just insanity. There's no additional voice effects to them, which is kind of a bummer. But it's still really nice, and if you're tired of the normal ward skins, it's always good to have a Draven face popping out of a bush. I was just hoping that would be like, instead of the you'd hear Draven. Or cheering, and then when you hear Lux's thing, you'd hear like some sparkles, or maybe like oof, the Starcaller sound for Soraka. So maybe add like a small little noise to it, but I think hearing different sound effects might throw people off.
Indeed.
But the animations on them are very clean, and the new wards are looking fantastic. They actually have some dimension to them, not just a round top.
Yeah, it's very nice to look at.
What do you think of the Olaf and the Xerith skin?
I like the Xerith one. Olaf, I'm not a huge fan.
Really? It's a little bit more dynamic than the old Olaf.
I mean, it's better.
It is better,
but it's not crazy good. I mean, it's just like
Viking stuff. We'll put a boat.
I don't really see Olaf in that picture. I just see a Viking.
Yeah, that's true. And he doesn't look like Olaf's in-game model at the moment. So
here's hoping they tinker around with it.
With Xerith, you can kind of see that the metal around him doesn't matter as much. It looks like he's shedding it and putting more on. So that's kind of a thematic thing there. It's really interesting, but hopefully we get some more splash arts in the future. I know a lot of them need some upgrades.
Some updates on the Garen visual update. He got some palette changes on his Dread Knight and Desert Trooper skins. So it looks a little more close to what people wanted, with darker themes and everything like that. His voice got updated, so he's got a whole new voice acting plethora from the same guy, which I was excited about.
So he got some more voice acting alongside.
Well, they redid everything except for one quote.
And which quote is that?
Demacia! Which is exactly the same.
It's just in high definition.
It's actually exactly this. Like, they just copy-pasted it, which I'm totally okay with. I grew up with that noise.
It's a staple of the game.
Indeed. You can't live without it.
They darkened the hair up on Rugged Garen.
With the palette changes, that's what they did specifically. They made it even darker for, what's it called? Dread Knight.
Yeah. I like the fact that they're trying to stand it out more. If you want the more rugged thing, he's going to look more like a deviant and more, kind of a scoundrel compared to I'm righteous and just Garen. So very nice. I like it.
All things we can get behind.
They also new summoner icons coming up. These are going to be free use for probably the end of the World Season 3, and then they're going to go away again. Maybe go on sale like the other things. We're not sure. These are just something that popped up.
Yeah, it's possible we'll be able to purchase these again like we did earlier this year, but it's all speculation at this point. Summer skins are finally available for purchase. The Grave skin in particular is going to be, it's a $13.50, but it's going to be bumped down to $9.75 for release. All other skins, Leona, Lee Sin, and Renekton are
$9.75.
Yeah, $9.75, and they'll stay that way forever. So if you want to pick them all up, now's a great time.
There's a bundle for them.
Indeed, and does that include Pool Party Zig?
Yes, it does include Pool Party Zig, so you can get all 5 of them. Like all bundles that come out this year, if you own the champions, the price goes down. If you own one of the skins in the bundle, say you already have Pool Party Zigs and you just want to complete the set, that will also reduce the price. Since Pool Party Zigs is at $13.50. That's a huge knockdown, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's double check and see what the price of the main skin is. 20% off. You can get the whole bundle for $4,200, and
if you don't own the champions,
it's $7,413.
It's quite pricey, but they're all very solid skins.
Yes, definitely. There's one thing a lot of people were talking about in this skin. There is a very interesting arm and feet you see kind of laying there in front of the splash art for the full 5 skins. Some speculated that this was going to be Shin, and they've confirmed that this isn't. This is a entirely different character that they're hinting at here. So it's very interesting to see, there's a character we're in perspective of it. Is this a summoner? Is this a future champion? We're not sure.
Yeah, they've got really interesting tattoos, though. It looks like the Aoshin clouds on their arm.
That's what everybody
and then
assumed.
little, I don't know, are those cigarettes or guns?
Those looks like bullets, or they look like scrolls. I can assume it's female because her feet are painted. But that's all I can really say about it right now.
But anyway, I was looking at the Pool Party Zig skin again, and just all the characters in the background. I love it. I love that skin.
They're everywhere. I love the fact that there's just...
Well, I mean, there's way more in the Pool Party's Zig skin than there are in all the other ones.
Yeah. I still love, like, Tarek in the back just skipping in the Leonis, and he's like, "Here I come!" And he's still as tan as ever.
Good old Jim.
In some other news here, we have a 50% off XP and IP boost from 9.9 to 9.16. If you do use boosts, it's a good opportunity to pick some up.
You don't have a ton of time to do this left, folks, so if you want to pick them up, now's the time.
Yeah, we're not going to go through the whole prices, but they're going to be in the little drop-down menu. So definitely check them out. Very useful if you're looking to buy someone really fast, but you might as well just spend it on a skin since they are permanent.
If you're really hurting for IP, I don't know. I guess you need it for runes or something, but it's hard for me to really...
Experience, if you want to get up higher faster, if you have like a Smurf account or a second account you want to get up, I can understand.
But at the end of the day, I'd rather just IP boost and get to 30 at my own level and just get a lot more IP as I level up.
It's one of those weird things where it's not necessary, but if there's certain situations that it's useful for. If you guys have any reasons to use an IP boost, let us know. I never used any except for the ones they've given us. So.
Indeed. And finally, some really tentative stuff on the PBE. They're doing a UI options change. It's a very clean menu where you'll be able to change your hotkeys and the way you SmartCast. Very clean, very clear, easy to use.
Yeah, they let you turn on and off individual quick casting. So maybe you have you want to have certain abilities, quick cast, then you switch to that on and off very easily. Maybe it's not working out for you. You switch it on and off. Say you want Q to work for this champion, and you don't want to have to go through the key binding. It's like, okay, Q quick cast, E not quick cast, R Q quick cast, and then the next champion you use probably needs a different set of quick casting. So they make it faster for you, so you're not constantly going through the menu at the start of the game, taking time up, so you can just go bop, 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 done.
I'm hoping that they have, you can do sets similar to the way you save your masteries and runes, where you can say, all right, for this particular champion, I want to have these things quick cast and these things not. I think it'd be really helpful. But, again, that's just my personal wish list. It's a wonderful start, and I really can't wait to see it in-game.
Yep.
But other than that, that's it for news, I believe.
A lot of red posts, a lot of kind of cleaning up. They're getting ready for Season 3, so we're going to be kind of going through another hump of low news weeks and stuff like that. But hopefully, there will be some cool announcements at World Finals and during these LCS final matches. So it's one of those things that flips out.
Indeed. Our first question this week comes from Dribbles Gaming HD. He says, when League of Legends first started, there were 50 less champions, and you would ban 6 people in a ranked game. Do you think that with 100 plus champions, we should get some extra bans? Well, actually, when you first started, there were about that many champions, but you had 4 bans instead, and they've upped it to 6 recently. I do believe there should be more bans.
I think going to an odd number of 7 would be appropriate.
Well, 7, that means one team doesn't get to ban.
Well, 7. Yeah, that's true. One team doesn't ban. Yeah, I'd say going to 8.
I'm pretty sure Han does 8, and I know Dota does 10, and they have comparable sizes of champion rosters.
And since League is constantly growing at a more rapid rate than Han or Dota, they pump out more champions faster. I think they need to kind of keep up with that, kind of have a ratio to banning, but hopefully soon it's just like, all right, we're going to ban pretty much the entire meta and then go from there, because it doesn't leave, if you ban more of the lesser known champions will get played, and maybe that might come into play. It's one of those things where it's like, you got to test it.
Indeed. One of the things that I know Dota does in terms of banning is they do sort of a staggered ban pick for their captains mode, where you ban 2, each side bans 2 champions, then you pick 2 champions, then you ban another 2 champions, pick 2, ban 1 more each, and then pick 1 more each. So it really makes it reactive. Like, you ban 2 that you really don't want to fight. Then you kind of see how their team comp is shaping up, and you get to ban 2 more. And then you see how the team comp shapes up, and you get one last chance to try and shut it down. So it does sort of punch down the champion pool, and while I think 10 is a little excessive, considering if in that particular scenario of
Bans.
League, you would have to have at least 21 characters to play ranked with 10 bans and 10 picks.
Yeah.
Which is, that's a lot.
And that's including, you say you get the 7 for the week, and then you'd have to have an additional 10 or 15.
14. You'd have to have 14 more champions.
And by that point, if they ban most of those character pools from the week, you're going to be very limited, and that might reduce your gameplay style. So it's one of those things where they will have to take it to PBE for private testing and stuff to see how it feel. If not, they would find another way to do banning.
Yeah, possibly. One thing that might be interesting is going from bronze to silver, more bans are added, and then going from silver to gold, even more bans, and all the way up to platinum, more bans are implemented.
And at the Challenger League and stuff like that, they'll have special ban rules.
Yeah, so I think that might be interesting. Is you start low in bronze, and so you get to kind of play a little bit more. You can kind of specialize in what you're good at, and then silver gets a little more tough because they're going to ban stuff out. So I think that might be a good system.
Yeah, definitely that's probably one way to do it, but it's hard to say at this point.
Indeed. Moving on to our next question. This comes from Mester12. He says, what themed skin would you guys want to see so much? I talk about this a lot. I've always wanted to see Crimson Elite finished. I know it never will. But moving on from that, I definitely want to see Bioforge a little bit more frequently. That was the Darius skin that's a junction between Noxus and Zon. In the same way that, what is it, Stormforged?
Stormforged, yeah.
That is Piltover and Demacia. So these sort of team skins...
No, it's Steel Legion. I'm sorry, Steel Legion.
Steel Legion. I'm a doofus.
Stormforge is a WoW thing, I'm sorry.
But either way, I'd really like to see these sort of rival skins, because those are the rival city-states, really. So seeing sort of the global all-stars setup of these skins would be fun for me.
I really like the theme aspects, kind of like Pool Party, where it brings champions that you wouldn't normally see together teamed up. So I want to kind of see like a cops and robbers type thing, where you'd have
like Sheriff
Caitlyn,
and Mafia Misfortune,
and kind of like you got the Vandals, but I'm thinking like a police force and then like robbers and stuff like that. Maybe they have like a jail theme suit where they're all like in jumpsuits, and they have maybe Vagar has like a cage he pulls up, and it's just like barred cages.
You're under arrest.
Yeah, or Thresh, he does the same thing, and Jailbreak, just something like that. Or maybe like an alternate undead skin or something like that, where champions during Halloween, there'll be undeads, and then you have the Purifiers.
Like Zombie Brand,
and then you'd expand off that, and then you have the Purifiers, which would be maybe Lucian, Garen, John, like priestly type people that use holy power and stuff like that, Leona, and they would be the ones to purge the unclean. And then maybe like elemental aspect skins or something like that, where they're just like, you got Jana, where she's like all like covered in wind and stuff like that, and Malphite, where he's even more like earthly and stuff like that. So it would be kind of cool to see.
Indeed. But very cool questions, guys. We love questions. We try to answer at least 2 every week. If you have any questions for us about the show, about League of Legends, about gaming in general, about us, really, we're happy to field anything. Please post them in the comment section below. Send them to our email at svastigaming@gmail.com, or post it on our Facebook page. We're probably going to be out of town this weekend for a convention, so we might not get a whole lot of feedback from us. But yeah, we'll catch up to you.
I have the video scheduled to come out this weekend. I'm sorry, the Pineapple. I have the 3rd year anniversary scheduled to come out this weekend. I don't know if YouTube will place it on there or not. If not, you'll see it later this week, hopefully. It's finally finished, ready to show you guys. I hope you like it.
I do too.
And me.
This one's nice.
This one's nice too.
We have to go now. It's been Axis.
And Water Elemental.
And Garen! Come on, man!
I got into the Hearthstone beta. Woo! I'll get this edited up.